They laughed when he knelt in court to tie the shoes of a barefoot homeless man. Even the judge couldn't hide her smirk. It looked like a pathetic gesture, naive, almost embarrassing. But no one noticed the black SUVs lining up outside, or the group of silent men in tailored suits waiting for the moment to walk in. And when they did, the entire courtroom changed. Where are you watching from? Tell us in the comments. It was one of Michael's first cases as a public defender, just another petty theft charge in a crowded Philadelphia courtroom. He barely had time to review the file, and the defendant hadn't even spoken when Michael first entered the holding room. The man was older, silent, and clearly exhausted from more than just a night in custody. He didn't have shoes, just socks, filthy and torn at the toes, the kind of detail most people would ignore, but Michael couldn't. So the next morning, he came early. He brought a pair of loafers that had belonged to his late father, polished, still sturdy, size 10. Reggie Coleman, the defendant, looked confused at first, then grateful, but the courtroom wasn't. The moment Michael crouched down to help him put them on, the snickers began. A lawyer from the back muttered, "Must be new." And Judge Holbrook? She chuckled and leaned forward, tapping her pen against the desk. "Is this part of your defense, counselor? Footwear strategy?" Michael ignored them. He looked Reggie in the eyes, tied the laces gently, and stood up. He started with the basics. Reggie had been homeless for over a decade. He served in the army, was honorably discharged, worked in construction, then lost everything after an injury. The gas station owner had seen him several times and had even given him food before. That day, Reggie thought the sandwich was another act of kindness. It wasn't. He was arrested before he finished eating it. Judge Holbrook interrupted. "We're not here to debate kindness. We're here to enforce the law, and the law says he stole." She was done, ready to give him 90 days without blinking. Michael opened his mouth to respond, and then the door creaked. It wasn't the bailiff. It wasn't the next defendant. It was a man in a dark blue suit, polished shoes, and a veteran's pin on his lapel. And behind him, more men, lined shoulder to shoulder, all dressed the same. You could hear the buzz start in the gallery. One of the lawyers gasped. Another stood up. They weren't random visitors. They were Reggie's old unit, veterans, officers. One of them, now a senator, stepped forward and asked to speak. Judge Holbrook frowned but nodded. The senator's voice was calm, steady. "Reggie Coleman didn't steal. The store owner tried to give him that food. It's all on tape. We asked for the footage. They never submitted it. No one even called to verify his identity." He paused. "I wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for this man. He saved 6 of us during a firefight in Kandahar, but we failed him when he came home." The courtroom was frozen. Even the judge didn't speak. Michael turned to Reggie, who sat staring at the floor, emotion washing over him slowly, like it hadn't sunk in yet. The judge finally cleared her throat. "Case dismissed. No apology, no explanation, just a dismissal." But it didn't matter. As Reggie stood, every man from his unit stepped forward to shake his hand. One of them took off his own jacket and put it around Reggie's shoulders. Outside, news cameras were already gathering. Someone had called the press. Michael followed him out, silent. It wasn't a win, it was a rescue long overdue, one that should have happened years ago. They say heroes wear uniforms, but sometimes they wear torn socks and someone else has to bring the shoes. If this story moved you, comment the word dignity below, because sometimes that's all someone needs to get their life back, just one person who sees them. There is a story here on the screen that will also move you. Press to watch, you won't regret it.